Today I will talk about my plant, Malpighia coccigera. This plant is commonly called as dwarf holly or Singapore holly, and it is native to the West Indies. Its botanical name is Malpighia coccigera. This is an evergreen shrub that has glossy leaves, and it has spiny edges that resemble small holly leaves. It has prickly holly-like leaves that are similar to the leaves of the true holly plant. But it is not a holly at all. To propagate this plant, cut the stem 4 to 6 inches, or you can cut it longer. But the cuttings doesn't really need to be very long. You can cut it again before planting. A cutting that is 4 to 5 inches is usually sufficient. If you plant a much longer stem, sometimes it will dry out a few days after planting. I usually remove the lower leaves and leave only a few of them on the top. These few leaves may continue photosynthesis, so I don't cut them all. When there are too many leaves, the stem will divert its energy into supporting the leaves instead of using its full energy to develop the roots. Cut also the buds or flowers if there are some. It will also be putting too much of its energy into flower production rather than root development. And I'm taking some bark at the base of the cutting to maximize the area for root development. But you can just make an angle cut for this purpose and cut just below the node. Stick the cuttings into the soil and gently firm the soil around. You can put several cuttings in one container. Anyway, you can separate them individually by the time you will repot them. But it's a good idea to plant them in individual starter pot or bags so the roots will not be disturbed during repotting or transplanting. After planting the stem, water it thoroughly and let drain the water and place it into a plastic bag. This will keep the humidity high and hold in heat that will encourage the stem to develop roots. Do not completely close the plastic bag because the stem also needs some air. And then keep it in the shaded area. Don't put the cuttings in sunlight because it will burn the leaves and will dry the stem. Dwarf holly makes a good houseplant, a beautiful bonsai, and it can serve various purposes in landscaping, like making it a border hedge, ground cover, or using it as decorative hedge in the garden. Wait until new leaves begin to appear and the roots has grown out at the bottom of the container. And it's time to move them to partial sunlight. And then gradually increase their exposure to the sun. And when it comes to fertilizing, this plant will grow without fertilizing. But this will grow well when you feed it with organic fertilizer every month. This plant grows well in full sun, but will also grow in partial sun. And if this is grown indoors, place it in a location where it can receive partial sun or indirect sun. Dwarf holly prefers a fertile soil, but it can also grow in just garden soil as long as it is a well-draining soil. And I'm using 60% garden soil, 40% rice hull as my soil mix for this plant. And as for watering, water the plant regularly or when the soil becomes dry. The plant needs a soil that is evenly moist, but not so wet and soggy. When the plant is too much dry or overwatered, The leaves will fall off and it takes long to recover and oftentimes they will die. And about pests, this plant is pest resistant. Sometimes you may see few insects and pests, but it do not really give so much problem in maintaining this kind of plant. Now we come to the end of this topic and I hope you enjoy watching. See you in my next video. Bye!